Do you know what I think some of the scariest words a person can say are? Remember when? Remember when I used to play sports? Remember when videos I used to make did well? Remember when everybody used to know my name? And remember when life was just different? And honestly, the older I get, the more terrifying that thought becomes. Because if your entire life becomes remember when, then that means you're stopped living for now and you're always looking backwards. And that really sucks. That's not something that anyone ever wants to deal with. Hey everybody, if you're new here, my name is Shellda. I'm a creator here in Austin, Texas. And lately, I've been thinking a lot about identity, purpose, and what happens when people start growing. And today, I want to talk about why I think remember when can quietly become one of the saddest phrases in the world. Especially today in content creating world. We all know someone like this. Maybe it's somebody from high school. Maybe it's a former athlete. Maybe it's even us sometimes. And those questions keep coming up. Remember back in high school when we used to win states? We would wear our varsity jackets everywhere. And I know we all know people who still take pride in that. And even though they're 10, 15, or 20 years past graduating high school, they're still living in those glory days. And then there's a lot of people that also still live in the glory days of when they used to party all the time. I think we all know people who used to be big party animals, whether it was in high school or college. Maybe you didn't go to that, but you just spent your 20s, maybe your 30s, just partying all the time. And when you get past that, you look back and you're always thinking, remember when that happened. Here, let me go sit back down for this part because this is a really important part. So I want to be clear, there's nothing wrong with that. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being proud of your past. The problem though is when your best days only exist behind you. That's terrifying to me. The idea that my life could just peak at any moment and then the rest of my life just becomes storytelling about who I used to be. I don't want that, and I don't think you deserve that if you're watching this. And I specifically want to talk to the creators that fall into this trap. You see, we're constantly measuring ourselves all the time. The measurement doesn't stop as a creator. We start measuring our current self versus our old self. We start measuring our new videos compared to the old videos. We start looking at statistics of everything from old and new. And it's just this constant remember when that video did well. And we're always looking backwards, trying to replicate and chase that same exact thing we used to do. And slowly what starts to happen is you stop creating for the future and you're essentially creating for the past, to replicate the past. And honestly, I think that's one of the reasons why creators spend so much time in like burnout. And that's why you see a lot of creators just come and go over time, is because they end up getting burnt out. And what I've learned is I don't want to be the guy that's just constantly talking about the past. I want to still be building. I want to still be experimenting and still evolving. Maybe that's why shifting my content lately has been so scary, because leaving behind something that I was known for, it means I'm risking my complete identity that was attached to it. But what I know about myself is I'd rather risk failing while moving forward than spending the rest of my life replaying old highlights. And when I think of that, it's almost like popping in a VCR tape into, a VCR player and just watching old family videos on repeat of when we were children and all the great memories we had. And while I'm so thankful for those, when I think about that, that means I'm not living now and creating more memories now. And what I love doing now is going and exploring different cities, especially here in Austin, Texas, checking out my favorite coffee shops, going out and trying new foods that I never would have even imagined, all while having my camera in my hand. And I think the goal in life is just simply that. It's to keep becoming, it's to keep creating, and it's to keep creating memories that you want to at some point look back on, and to keep finding new versions of yourself. And when you do that, to make sure your best chapter isn't one you've already lived. So maybe the real danger isn't actually failure. Maybe the real danger is getting so comfortable with who you used to be that you stop becoming who you could still become. Because one day, all of us are going to say the two words, remember when. The question is, will we be talking about 10 years ago or last week? So anyways, that's been on my mind lately. I've been thinking a lot about those two words, remember when, and that really makes me think about the present now and making sure I'm creating now. So at some point, 10, 15, 20 years from now, when I actually say remember when, I don't just relive the past. And I'm so proud that I created in the moment and I continue to create in the moment. That way I have a lifetime of just incredible memories. So if this video resonated with you, Let me know below, and let me know if those two words, when you think about them, do they bring up some type of fear in you as well? All right, thanks for stopping by the studio, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.